Carly's use of smoking marijuana and so worried about her being high and so worried about her having these burner phones that her mom didn't know about that he felt compelled to tell Miss Ashley Smiley that day. Ladies and gentlemen, after the incident with Carly that morning, you'll hear that he gets in touch with another friend and he's like, hey, you got to keep her distracted so I can go tell Miss Smiley what's going on. Ladies and gentlemen, this friend cared about Carly. He was like, I gotta intervene. I gotta tell her. I'm afraid of what's happening. You'll hear from him that he did in fact tell Miss Smiley.
This person's concern wasn't just, oh, she's smoking weed and she's got a burner phone. It's how she was probably acting when she was smoking and vaping, maybe getting paranoid or weird or just super out of it. And she's probably doing weird stuff on her phone. And so her energy comes off as concerning. It's evil or worrisome. And so it's not just, oh, she's vaping and on her phone. It's, yo, she's acting in a way that makes me scared for her and the people around her.
Carly Gregg rides in the car home with her mother from school to their house. You'll hear that when they get inside the house, it's only their two dogs, Ashley Smiley and Carly Gregg. Immediately, Carly goes and lets the dogs out. You'll hear testimony that Ashley then goes into Carly's room. You'll hear that while Ashley is in her room, that Carly's still outside. At some point, Ashley finds what law enforcement believe to be the 4 boxes that contain vape pens. Testimony will be that we believe she carried them from Carly's room to her bedroom, went back to searching Carly's room. The evidence will show that almost immediately upon Carly coming inside the house, that she walks straight to her mom's side of the bed and removes a .357 Magnum from under the mattress.
Oh, no.
We believe the testimony will be that then she concealed that .357 Magnum behind her back.
Yep. She shot her mother in the face with a Magnum gun. I don't even know how you can handle seeing the effect of that and then walking up over and picking up your phone.
She peeks her head around. We believe the testimony will show that she peeks her head around the kitchen to make sure that her mom hasn't come out of her bedroom. We believe the evidence will then show that she walked with that .357 Magnum behind her back, walked in to her own bedroom, and then fired 3 shots into her mother, killing her. We believe the testimony will then be that very moment after she shot and killed her mother, she then hides that gun back out of the camera, walks back into that kitchen, sits down on a stool with a gun behind her, picks up her mother's cell phone, puts her mom's passcode into the phone. We believe the testimony will be that then she texted her stepdad and said something to the effect of, "When will you be home, honey?" Testimony will be that then she waited.
My God. I saw her pick up that phone in the video, and then, oh my God, editor, we don't want to put the whole video in, but can you put up a picture of her just on the phone? That is so terrifying. That is so terrifying.
Testimony will be that then she waited for him to respond. I'll be a little bit longer. She sends him a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we believe the testimony will then be that after she puts the phone back down and walks out of sight with the camera, that between the next 45 minutes or so, that the defendant reaches out to or attempts to reach out to about 5 or 6 of her friends. Some were FaceTime, some were text messages.
She's addicted
We
to that
believe the evidence
phone.
will show that during this time, she was asking them all for help, trying to get them to come over to her house. She wouldn't tell them why.
What?
We believe that one of them's going to say he even offered to call 911, and she told him no.
Was she just trying to kill more
The evidence
people?
will also be that one of these friends did in fact come over to help Carly that day.
Okay, and then what?
She didn't know why, but she knew that her friend needed help, and she went to that home. We believe the evidence will show that when that friend arrived at Carly's house, that Carly walked to the front door, asked her, "Are you squeamish around dead bodies?" We believe the evidence will show that then she took that friend and showed her her dead mother laying on the floor. We believe the evidence will show that after that, she says, "I put 3 in my mom, and I got 3 more waiting for my stepdad when he gets home."
Oh my God.
We believe the evidence will show that then She tells this friend, hey, why don't you go wait outside in the backyard? My stepdad's about to be home.
Oh
This
my
friend will
God.
testify that she does go in the backyard
And then
and she hears gunshots. And
What?
the next thing she sees is Carly coming out of the back door. We believe the testimony will be
What?
that she fell down coming out of the back door, gets up and tells her to run. And these two individuals, this friend and Carly, jump over the fence and run separate directions.
I knew a bit about this case, but I was nervous to dive in and see all the details because I'm already on the side of if you shoot your mother 3 times with a Magnum, you need to go to jail. And then hearing the rest of the details is horrifying. But the fact that some people are defending Carly Gregg because she's 14 or 15, get the fuck out of here. And hey, spoiler alert, I'm going to tell you what the sentencing was. She got life in prison. But let's see how we got there.
You'll hear from law enforcement that when they arrived on the scene, Ashley Smiley was very much dead in the floor in Carly's bedroom.
Wow.
And that they found that Heath Smiley had been shot and hit in the shoulder. You will hear from law enforcement that sometime after the day of the event, they learned that there was cameras involved, that this home had surveillance video. You'll learn that one of those videos was turned over by the living victim, Heath Smiley, and it shows Carly Gregg and her friend jumping over the fence. And then you'll learn that there was another camera in the house on March the 19th, 2024. And you'll hear that that camera was not in the kitchen when law enforcement got there, and it was not in the kitchen where it should have been when Heath Smiley got there. It wasn't until sometime later that that camera was discovered.
Imagine being so wrapped up in true crime conspiracy land that you watch multiple days of a trial with hours of evidence, but you don't believe that a 14-year-old is capable of homicide. They are. So you want to find somebody else to blame it on that makes the story interesting. I want to remind you that this man lost his wife and then also just lost his daughter, and also probably can't even comprehend how the child that he raised tried to kill him. In the very least, somebody making up that conspiracy theory or going really hard with it, it doesn't serve you any purpose. It doesn't make your day any better. It doesn't make your life any easier. It doesn't even make anything more interesting. All you're doing is hurting a family. So maybe let the people grieve, let the man have lost his daughter and his wife, and let's slow down with the conspiracy theories because we're bored at the time, right? Look, there's always going to be defenders. There's Jodi Arias defenders. There's going to be Carly Gregg defenders. But man, that is crazy to even let that theory spread. This poor family. People don't kill each other just because of mental illness. Like, even if she was diagnosed full-blown schizophrenic, what a fucking jab at the schizophrenic community and the people that take care of themselves and seek help day by day. Carly's problem is that she knew something was wrong and she was descending further into toxic traits. From cutting herself, we know self-harm, self-mutilation, it's a sign that something is going wrong. She's doing drugs. She's looking at morbid things on the internet. She's talking to random dudes that she doesn't know. She knows that she's sick and is diving deeper and deeper and deeper into the most debaucherous things that she possibly can be. And she probably was exposing herself to violence online. And now here we are. It's not just mental illness. It's a corruption of mental illness by somebody that probably wants to be bad. Mental illness is not an excuse for murder. It's just not. It can be, we can acknowledge it. She's definitely sick. She's not okay. But does that mean that we should just let her go home after she shot a woman in the face 3 times, the Magnum gun that she, I don't know, has known her entire life? Okay, sorry. Y'all know. Bro, y'all know I'd be losing air sometimes talking about this stuff. Next up is Carly's defense team. How are they going to defend this? What are we going to hear? Carly loved her mother. You already know it's going to happen. I also, I want to throw something else out here too that I think is interesting. Carly's mom was a teacher at the high school. For a kid that wants to be cool and wants to be bad, this is embarrassing for her. Carly probably had some resentment that the person that was taking her phone was just a few doors down, And that also scares me too, because if she can shoot her mom in the home, in the face, what's to say that Carly wouldn't have taken a gun to school because her mom's a teacher and she wanted to prove a point? That's That's how this case is coming in. This bitch wants to be bad. She's consuming stuff and she wants to be bad. Oh my God. Carly Gregg defends